hope you're having a good Monday like I am. I'm not really having a good Monday. I'm lying. I had a raging hangover in the morning. But I managed to show up for my exercise, even though I was having a raging hangover, because what's important is showing up, right? So yeah, I did it for principle, I would say. I still went on to exercise after work for principle. But I'm not really having a good day. I'm tired. I didn't do much. I didn't exercise vigorously. I just did what I could, maybe 26 minutes as opposed to the usual 1 hour exercise that I do. But I showed up. And don't drink on Sundays. It sucks being at work with a hangover. I tell you guys, I didn't know that if you want like yogurt, plain yogurt, because Parmalat plain yogurt is probably 20,000 now for that 1 kg. Is it 500 grams? 1 kg, not 1 kg, 1 liter? I don't know. For this is what 1 kg, yeah. 1 kg is like, maybe right now it's 20,000. And then I've been looking for, I need plain yogurt for my diet, right? It's healthier. There are probiotics in there and stuff. And I just gave up on the whole idea because I can't be buying that every month for just to have it for like a few days. So I just gave up on yogurt until this other day. I was like, I've seen Jambico, but I don't know what it's about. I don't know what it's all about. And I buy it, and then when I tasted it, it literally tasted like plain yogurt. So I was like, I can get this for like 1,500, literally. So this is like, how much is? This is 500 mils, but it literally tastes like plain yogurt. So yeah, I just found it in the shop. I was like, hey, I'm getting this because for some reason these things, you don't find them. Like, I think people like this stuff. Once you find it, it's like you won't find it tomorrow again. So I was like, hey, I'm just gonna buy the packets that they left. But when I say that I'm in love with this, I'm in love. So if you have this, you can actually make like a yogurt bowl with fruits and peanuts and stuff, and have like plain yogurt bowl. So yeah, you can use Jambigo as an alternative for yogurt, in these very hard times of Malawi economy, right? So yeah, this is good. And okay, to be honest, I don't like the longer dairy texture because, I like the Suncrest one. I don't like the longer dairy one. The Suncrest one literally tastes like yogurt. This one has some weird aftertaste. Now I'm in bed and trying to do something different and connect with my inner child. So the other day, I found these books. I used to like book sales back when I was in secondary school, like Form 1, Form 2. There would be these dark book sales where you would find so many different books. So I used to like buying those. I would enjoy reading through them. Blantyre, I know where you can find novels and stuff, but here in Lilongwe, I'm not really sure. They used to scare me when I was a kid. So I found them outside Sana, a little book sale. I was like, I couldn't resist. Even if there were 3, I wasn't going to leave a goosebumps behind, because I love them so much. So right now I'm actually reading this one. They're child novels, but they are very, very nice. I love them. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'm still trying to get a feel for this. Like I said at the beginning of the vlog, I don't know if I should get into vlogging. Sometimes I just cringe. Like, my life is not interesting. Like, why would anybody be watching? So I'm just doing it because I like making videos. If I had a subject, a person who I should be filming all the time and, making vlogs about them, I'll do that. Making vlogs about me, I don't know. Anyway, I hope you like it. I hope we can create a small community. Yeah. Hello, what's up? This vlogging business is hard, yo. I'm in the car right now trying to sneak in some editing, but my PC is acting up. It's annoying. This day, I feel good about myself. I feel good about the weekend, and I am so positive and optimistic about a lot of things. Still trying to get used to filming while people are looking at you, but I'm nailing it. Right now I have like a backlog of 2 vlogs that I haven't edited. I like the fact that my life has become busy because it used to be very empty. Now that it's busy, I'm happier. I don't have time to dwell on my issues, my problems and stuff, because most of the problems, like I always say, they're in your mind, right? So life is actually very different. The reality is actually very different from what's going on in your head. That is why you need to be stoic. You need to be a stoic philosopher and understand that externals no control over you. Only how you react, how you take those externals is what has control over you, which is you, essentially, you having control over how you react to externals. Today, I really wanted to talk about romanticizing life. Romanticizing life is something that we should all do. Being a person who didn't really have a good outlook on life, I really wanted to get into the whole thing about romanticizing life. I really needed it before I healed. I thought it would bring me purpose and stuff. So I started watching the romanticization videos. Obviously, most of the people who are doing the romanticization things, the soft life things, are from America. It was all pretty and aesthetic, but what I realized about the romanticization that I was seeing here on YouTube and other social media platforms was that it was very cringe and consumerist. And I think that's understandable for a place like America, because being consumers is their whole thing. They're able to actually consume because the things are there. Me, being a person in Malawi, most of the things that they were highlighting that I should be doing or we all should be doing was not really fitting. So me trying to romanticize my life according to the things that I saw just ended up stressing me out and making me realize that I'm not where I'm supposed to be. I'm not where I need to be, and thinking that maybe I was born in a different country where things are slow to catch up. But I think that's the wrong way of looking at it, because by thinking like that, you also remove peace. The core basis of the teachings of romanticizing your life on social media is that you should make your mornings look pretty and something that you look forward to. And you should go solo dating, you should go to cute little cafes, have your picnics and stuff, buy these accessories that go with the whole soft life, romanticizing life aesthetic, which is good if you've done the inner work and you are at peace with yourself, you have the money that you need to buy these things. But if you're in a place where you literally have zero mental capacity, or you are literally unhealed and stressed and depressed, you are broke or living in an economy like where I live here in Malawi, it's very stressful. Because yes, I can make my routine more enjoyable, because at first, before I started to romanticize my mornings, I would wake up and the only thing I would think about is I need to get to work. But these days I wake up slowly, I play a podcast, I listen to some YouTube videos that I find interesting, especially philosophy stuff, while I make my bed, while I make my coffee, and then I drink my coffee and then go take a bath and then leave. I find that for me that is enjoyable, right? And I don't do it with fancy cups and fancy what. And I don't think journaling in the morning is my thing, because also they say you should journal in the morning. I'd rather I journal when I at my desk before I start work. That's what I prefer. So that was good enough for me, just making sure that I'm not rushing through the morning. And then when it came to the taking yourself out and going to cafes and stuff, Malawian cafes are not cheap. I know American cafes are not cheap as well, but Malawian cafes are not cheap, especially in the area that I live. It's not cheap. If you go there and say that I'll be doing this 3 times a week, with the way my finances are going, that's something that I cannot engage in. So I choose not to do that, because at first I tried, but then it just stressed me out because I'm using money that I don't have. And when I mean money that I don't have, I mean money that I had allocated for other things. But then I'm like, you know what, you only live once. But then you realize after you go there, you have to go there again and stuff. And it's also not giving you that feeling that you want to feel. It's not really healing you the way you want it to heal you. It's the clothes, the aesthetic, the what, like I said, it's overconsumption, the Stanley cups, the candles, the what, those things are very expensive here, and it's something that you can't really afford. So maybe the people that are showing you the romanticization videos have already done the inner work, they're already at peace, and this is just about how it looks outside, because how it feels inside is totally different. So for me, the way I found in the economy that I found myself, in the state of mind that I had found myself, I figured out that the following ways are how I can romanticize my own life. The first thing that I did to romanticize my life was I set goals and achieve them. So visualizing makes me feel good, visualizing how things can be if I did a certain thing, and actually achieving it. The thing that I'll talk about a lot in this period of my life is the fact that I'm exercising and stuff. So I wrote down the goal that I want to start exercising and being active, and I did that. And every time I go for a run and I'm back, I feel so proud of myself. I feel like magic. It's magical. Like I did it, and it makes me feel good. It's almost addictive. I'm just hoping that I can keep up the habit of exercising. The other way of romanticizing that I saw, well, create a space for myself, a house, a home where I feel safe to decide that this is what I want to do, this is what I don't want to do. Okay, I don't want to clean the house first thing in the morning, like how I grew up. You clean the house first thing in the morning. I don't want to do that. I'll just wake up, have my coffee, go to work. I can deal with that by creating a schedule. I romanticize my life by creating a routine, knowing when I do what and when I do what. And for me, because I grew up without a proper structure, for me the routine is romanticizing, because it's something that I never had. And I know that, okay, Mondays I do this, Tuesday I do this, and I know that at a certain time of the day this is what I do. And I have prompts, I have trackers. Yes, I have trackers to track everything that I need to be doing when it comes to achieving goals and just making myself happy. I work a full-time job. That means 8 to 5. Most often, from what I've seen, from what I've experienced from the grown-ups that I grew up around, they never really took days off. It was like they were working all the time. But I decided for myself that I have like 24 days in a year. And I told myself that every time I finish my company accounts, when I close the books for the company, I take a day off for myself so that I can recalibrate, so that it doesn't feel like I'm being forced to be a slave and stuff. It's a small thing. It's just one day. But for me, that taking that day off, not a Saturday, not a Sunday, not a public holiday, but a day where I was supposed to be working, feels like reclaiming something and making something for myself, because I use that to maybe go somewhere. I use that to maybe declutter and reorganize my house, my life and everything, or just to sleep and binge on something. The thing that I use to romanticize my life is doing shadow work. It's not really cute and stuff, but if you know the reason why you do certain things, the reason why you react certain ways to certain triggers, certain people, certain what, you're able to control and, understand and be graceful to yourself, be kind to yourself when certain things happen. So you know exactly why you get angry why get anxious, why get happy, things that make you happy, and because you did the shadow work. And that way you romanticize by knowing that you have control over understanding who you are and creating your life the way you want it to be according to what your shadow self has revealed to you. Romanticize my life by compiling the little joys. So my little joys are several things. I mean, yes, they tell you to go to cafes. That's cute and stuff, but it's like I said, it's something you can do all the time. So my little joys are literally reading silly books. I don't think I'm into reading serious novels and stuff. I'd rather read silly books. I am into listening to music, especially music that I discovered a long time ago. So I create playlists for certain periods of my life. So let's say maybe this is the period where I'm exercising. So all those songs that I'm listening to, I'll compile them into one playlist. And whenever I want the feeling that I've been feeling lately, I'll just go back to those things and listen to the playlist and listen again. And I also have like comfort movies and shows that I watch. Usually it's just stuff from Cartoon Network, if you can believe that. And binge watching shows. So yeah, I do that to romanticize my life. And it doesn't cost me money, it doesn't stress me out, and it doesn't make me feel like I'm doing something wrong. It makes me realize what I have, where I am at the point that I am. So yeah, I just wanted to share my thoughts on romanticizing life and how different it is, how different it may look for you. Like, you might want to curate everything to look the way you think is acceptable, but end up disappointing yourself. Yeah, but even right now, I'm on my lunch break and I just decided to come by the pond and do some editing.